Good afternoon, students. So till now we have completed, what all did we complete? We have completed number system. Okay. In that we have done divisibility, factors, HCM, LCM. Then again, after that, percentage, profit loss is also done. And averages and problems of ages are also done. And now we are going to start with what? Ratio and proportion, or should we start with, which one should we start? Let's check. See, we have completed percentage also. Profit and loss is also done. Now we had to start with simple interest and compound interest. Now, what is the difference between simple interest and compound interest? It is the method of calculating the interest amount for some principal amount of money. So the formula for simple interest helps you to find the interest amount is the principal amount, and now principal amount means what? The amount which we are giving, and rate means rate of interest on which, let's say you have 100 rupees note and you want to deposit into a bank. So that becomes your principal amount. And the bank gives you 5% rate of interest. So it becomes your R and T. For how many period? Let's say I want to deposit this 100 rupees for 1 year. So your time period will be 1. So the formula for simple interest is P into R into T upon 100. See, in order to calculate total amount, so the total amount which you are going to have after 10 years, right, will be principal A plus interest. Now, difference between simple interest and compound interest. Let's see what is the difference. That is, simple interest is based on the principal amount of a deposit, whereas compound interest is based on principal amount and interest that accumulates in every period of time. Let's see the example. Now see, at what rate percent per annum using simple interest will be the sum of money double in 8 years. So your time period is 8. So you need to find what, at what rate percent. Na? So you need to find R using simple interest. Will or sum of money double. So let's say if you are having how many? So here what is not given? What are they saying? Right? Your SI is what? Your P. Let's consider it as P. So P into T into R upon 100. So when you calculate it, you will get 12.5% per annum. So this was regarding simple interest. Let's talk about compound interest. Do we have the formula over here? Let me just check it out. All of these sums are regarding your simple interest only. When you have the assignment. Now compound interest. Now where do we use, or occasionally when do we use compound interest? We use increase or decrease in population, the growth of bacteria, rise or depletion in the value of an item. Now the formula for this is your amount, that is P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power T. Though this small p is what? In years, how many years you are required. The P becomes the principal amount the principal amount. R becomes the rate of interest and A is the annual amount. So now find compound interest on 8,000 at 15% per annum for 2 years and 4 months, compounded annually. Now what are they saying? It is compounded how many times? Annually. So how are you going to do? Now you have to convert all of this, means that is 2 years and 4 months in terms of years. So 2 years is done. Now 4 months can be 4 by 12 years. So that is 1/3 year. Now the formula for this is S equals to, what is the formula for it? So this will be a formula. What is it? A equals to P into 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power P. Okay, here you need to find this amount. After that, you have to minus A minus P. Then you are going to get your compound interest. So what is the compound interest now? Let's substitute it over here. Your R value is 2/3. Okay. So this becomes 2/3. Your P value is 8,000 and T is what? See, what you have to find? Compound interest now. So you need to find what? This part. They have given R is 15% and your this value is 2 into 1/3. Understood how you are going to solve this sum? And when you solve it, the value which you are going to get, you have to minus it from what? P. So the compound interest formula is CI equals to A minus P. Don't forget. Moving further, let's take one more example for this. In what time will 1,000 become 10331 at 10% annum? Now you need to find what? Small t and compounded annually. So your principal amount is 1,000. The amount is 10331. R is 10%. And n is not given to us, right? So the formula for this will be in this form. Raised to the power n it is, so 1331 or 11 upon 10 raised to n power. So when you solve the sum, you're going to get n is equals to 3. Understood compound interest and simple interest? Yes, students? See, there's nothing much in that. That's why. Now let's move further. Let's talk about ratio and proportions. Now, where do we see ratio and proportion? Now see, I'll just give you, see, the ratio is denoted by this sign, 2/5. Let's wait for a minute. So what are we studying right now? We are going to start with ratio and proportions. Let me just check from the given this that whether we have completed or not. No, we are not completed it, but still, let's see what we can do. Here we are back again. So ratio and proportion. A to B, C to D. Now ratio and proportion formula. So here A is to B is represented by A by B. Now proportion means or mean term. Whereas see now the two terms B and C are called as means or mean term, whereas terms A and D are known as extremes or extreme terms. See this two dot you can see, therefore they are called as means or mean term. Now let us consider an example. Our first ratio number of girls to boys is 3 is to 5 and of the other is 4 is to 8. So how will it be written in this form? This means means. Now variation. Variation is of two types. Those are direct variation and inverse variation. One quantity is said to vary directly as another when the quantities are so related that if one of them is be increased, the other increases in the same ratio. So they are direct variation. See the symbol for that is mostly in this form. Let me show you the symbol. It is in this form. X varies y. And when I talk about inverse variation, it is x varies 1 upon y. See the difference. Here if x increase, y also increase. X decrease, y also decrease. But here if x increases, y decreases. If x decreases, y increases. And here a constant function is introduced then. Now partnership. Now partnership is of two kinds, simple and compound. Simple partnership means if the capitals of several partners are invested for the same period. See the difference. Simple partnership means invested for same period, or else compound partnership means for different periods. Then it is called compound partnership. A partner who simply invests money but does not attend to the business is called a sleeping partner. Now, these are the few terms which you have to remember. One who invests money as well as attend business is called as working partner. Generally, the gain or loss is divided among the partners in a partnership on the basis of following rule. In a partnership, the gain or loss is distributed among the partners in the ratio of the capital investment when the investment of all partners are for the same period. Now let's see this example. A mixture contains alcohol and water in the ratio 4 is to 3. If 5 liters of water is added to the mixture, the ratio becomes 4 is to 5. Find the quantity of alcohol in the given mixture. Now see, let the quantity of alcohol be 4x liters and water be 3x liters respectively. Now after that, if 5 liters of water is added to the mixture, so 3x plus 5, then the ratio becomes in which form? 4 is to 5. So 4x upon 3x plus 5 equals to 4 by 5. So you need to find the quantity of alcohol means you need to find X. When you solve the sum, the X value will be 2.5. But originally, what you need is quantity, na? So 4x is the quantity of alcohol. So 4 into x will be my answer. That is 10 liters. Understood? Now see, find the third proportional to 9 and 12. So how are you going to form? There is a formula for that. That is B cross B upon A. So your B is what? 12. So 12 into 12 is 144 upon A. That is 9. So that becomes 16. Now in a certain room, there are 28 women. So 28 is to 21 is my ratio. What is the ratio of men to women? Now they are saying 21 is to 28. Now what is the ratio of women to the total number of people? So you have to convert it 28 into 21. Now women and total number of people means 28 plus 21, that will be 49. Understood? So the answer for that is 4 is to 1, 7. See, the sums are easier to understand. Now after that is mixtures and allegations. In mixtures, we study mixtures of two or more than two quantities that have different selling process or cost price. See, two or more quantities that have different single selling process or cost price. And allegation is what? Important area of quantity aptitude for various competitive exams. A rule of allegation enables us to find the ratio in which two or more ingredients at a given price must be mixed to produce a mixture of a desired price. Now, where do we use this topic? In mixtures, profit and loss, simple interest, time and distance, and percentage. Now, rule of allegation. Allegation is a rule that enables us to find the ratio in which two or more ingredients at the given price must be mixed to produce a mixture of desired price. Now, allegation method is what? It is a modified form of finding weighted average. If two ingredients are mixed in ratio and the cost price of the unit quantity of the mixture is called as what? Mean price is given in which form? Quantity of cheaper, quantity upon dearer, CP. CP means cost price of dearer minus mean price upon mean price minus CP of cheaper. Understood, students? The above formula can be represented with the help of diagram, which is easier to understand. Here, D is the cost of dearer ingredient. D is the cost of dearer ingredient. M is mean price and C is cost of cheaper ingredient. Now, how are we going to solve the sums? Let's check this one. In what ratio water must be mixed with fruit juice costing 24 per liter so that the juice would be worth rupees 20 per liter. Assume the water comes free of cost. So free of cost means the value for cost of 1 liter of water is what? 0. So it becomes a cheaper quantity. And we know cost of 1 liter juice is 24 rupees. That becomes your dearer quantity. So mean price will be what? 0 upon 0 plus 24 is 24 upon 2. That will be, how do you get 20? The juice would be worth of 20. So that becomes your mean price. So cheaper is to dearer equals to what? D minus M is to 7 M minus C. So this is the formula which you have to keep in mind. So that becomes 4 is to 20. So it is 1 points to 5. Understood how to solve the sums? Yes, students. See, I am doing this in hurry because your exams are coming soon. They are starting from 14th Feb. Let me just check what all is there in this chapter then. Okay, so this is the last thing. So let's take one more sum from this. Which one should we take? Let's take this. In a mixture ratio, 5 is to alcohol to water. The ratio is 5 is to 4. If 5 liters of more alcohol is added, the ratio becomes 3 is to 2. Now originally the ratio is in which form? So this will become 5x and 4x. If 5 liters more alcohol is added, then the ratio becomes 3 is to 2. How many liters of alcohol was in the original solution? If 5 liter is more added, then it becomes 10x, correct? So 10x plus 10 equals to 12x. So that becomes the x value will be 5, but you need to find the original mixture. So 5x. See, you must be asking, what about this ratio, no? So it is in this form. Then the quantity of alcohol is 5x. So 5 into 5x. In that form. Understood? Yes, students. You write few points from that, then you will understand properly. Let's take this one. Spirit and water into container. X and Y are in the ratio 5 is to 2 and 7 is to 6 respectively. In what ratios this mixture be mixed to get a new mixture in a container? Z having water and spirit in proportion 5 is to 8. Let the CP of spirit be rupees 1 per liter. Obviously, the spirit in 1 liter mixture of X is 5 is to 7. Spirit in 1 liter mixture of Y is 2 is to 7 is to 30. Spirit in 1 liter mixture of Z is 8 is to 30. See, this topic is done because I had shown you the properties of this. So this is also done for us. Ages and all is also done. After that, what do we have? Time and work, pipes and system. But before that, let's move further. We will start from below. What are those there? Let's check. Now see, probability. Probability is means what? Let's say you have one coin. So when you toss that one coin, the probability of getting head will be how much? Once only, na? Possibility of having head is once, and possibility of having tail is also what? Once. Let's say you have what? Two possibilities. It can be either head or it can be the tail. So this becomes your total outcome. Now, if I am saying find the probability of having head, So head comes only once. So your number of probability for that will be 1. And when you need to find the whole probability. So that will be P upon, let's say, E equals to number of events upon total number of events. So that is 1 upon 2. So that is how you are going to find the probability. Let's take the examples. Sam and Joan are playing a tennis match. If the probability of Sam's win is 0.59, then find the probability of John's win. The event is Sam wins and event B becomes the John's win. So probability of one is given. You need to find the probability of the second. So the formula for that is P of A plus P of B equals to 1, because all of the total probability are always equals to 1 and they are always less than 0. Don't forget about that. So your probability of B will be 0.41. Let A and B be the events on the same sample space. Now see, can these two events be disjoint? So for being this, they cannot be disjoint. Why? Because they are always greater than 1. So P and B, or you know this formula also. So if I'm saying the given event is disjoint, that means P and B is 0, but which is not possible because P and R are 1.3. So probability cannot be greater than 1. So therefore they are not disjoints. Always remember, probabilities are not disjoints. A family has 2 children. Find the probability that both the children are girls and given at least one of them is a girl. Now family has 2 children, so it can be either boy and girl. So sample space for requirement will be chances of how many? Girl, 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 boy, boy, girl, and boy, boy. Now your first condition is what? Both children are girls. So it will be only GG. At least one of them is girl. So all 3 of them will come. This. So intersection of this will be GG. So P of F. So this P of F will be 3 is to 4, because 3 upon 4, and intersection will be 1 upon 4. So you need to find what? At least one of them girls. So this upon this will give me 1 upon 3. So my answer is 1 upon 3. So this is how probability works. See, probability is easier to solve. Therefore, I am starting from below. Understood till here, students? Okay, then we'll stop over here from tomorrow. After this lecture, we are going to start with the other topics. I'm ending the session now. Thank you, everyone.